This is Paul Harvey. Stand by for distance and midpoint formula. But first, let's take care of our third board problem. Solve the equation. Okay, so you should probably pause it and write those down, and then we'll go ahead and take care of number one. I'm going to go ahead and do 9y minus y gets me 8y, combining like terms, so 8y plus 1 equals 49. And you're going to subtract 1 from 49 to get 48, and 8 goes into 48 6 times. Okay, on number 2, I'm going to distribute this negative 2 through. Be careful of the negative. This is going to become negative 2a, and then negative times a negative becomes a plus 2. So I have 7a minus 2a plus 2, which becomes 5a plus 2 equals 17. Then you subtract 2 from 17 to get 5a equals 15, so a equals 3. Okay, on this one, I'm going to get rid of this denominator by multiplying both sides by 7. So when I multiply this by 7, it gets rid of that, and I'm left with 2x minus 5 over here equals 28. Okay, and then you're going to add 5 to 28 and get 33, and then 2 goes into 33, just leave it as 33 halves. Okay, on this one, here you get 5k plus 10. Here you get 3k minus 12. Subtract 3k from 5k and you get 2k. And then you're going to take away 10 from the 12 to get, from the negative 12, sorry. So negative 12 minus 10 is a negative 22. So you should have 2k equals negative 22, so k is negative 11. Okay. All right, so distance and midpoint formula, okay, and these are formulas that you're going to use from now on through geometry, algebra 2, pre-calculus, calculus, even statistics if you take that. So these are ones you're going to want to put in your memory books, you guys, because you just use them so much. In this class, you use them all the time. Okay, so the distance between 2 points x1, y1 and x2, y2 is this formula, you guys. The square root of, inside you have the subtract the x's, x of 2 minus x of 1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, and put that in your memory book, you guys. Again, you're going to use it, so the earlier you can memorize this, the better. I'd write it down 5 times, you guys, and that'll help you guys memorize it. Okay, let's try some of this. So first, let's simplify this radical, you guys. Go back to your algebra 1 class, because this is where we're going to be dealing with that distance formula. So say we have the square root of 50. You guys remember factor trees, you guys? Factor trees, 50 is 5 times 10, and then 10 breaks down to 2 times 5. So 50 is 5 times 2 times 5, or 2 times 5 times 5. And then you need 2 on the inside that brings 1 on the outside. So these two 5s here brings this 1 5 on the outside. And 2 didn't have anything, so this becomes 5 root 2. Okay, so 50 is 5 root 2. There's other ways to do this, you guys. If you're good with your multiplication tables, I find that a lot of my kids aren't, so this is the best way to teach it, you guys. But if you are, then it's 25 times 2, and so you get 5 root 2. Okay, I don't like showing that shortcut because a lot of kids just aren't good with their multiplication tables. But if you are, terrific, you guys. There's a much faster way. 32 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, 5 of them, and so 2 2's brings one of these 2's out, and another pair of 2's brings another 2 out, and you multiply those, so you get this leftover 2 inside, so it becomes 4 root 2. All right, square root of 40, square root of 42. Okay, 40 breaks down to 2 times 2. Let's see, so it's times 2 times 5. Okay, it's 8 times 5. So and then this breaks down to just, so this breaks down to just 6 times 7, which is 2 times 3 times 7. Nothing comes out of that, you guys, of the 42, but on this one, at least you'll get a pair of 2's out. So remember, this is 2 times 2 times 2 times 5, and one pair of 2's comes out, one 2 stays inside with that leftover 10, so you got to multiply them 2 root 10. And the square root of 42 is already simplified. Okay, one more, 300. 300 is that, so you get 10 root 3. Okay, and the quick way is 100 times 3, and the square root of 100 is 10. All right, but some kids have struggles with that. Okay, so the endpoints of 2 segments are given. Find each segment length and tell whether the segments are congruent. Okay, the segment lengths are when we use distance formula. Okay, you're going to use this from now on, you guys. Memorize this. All right, so here's AB. So I did this x plus this x, I'm sorry, minus 3 minus 6 squared, and then negative 2 minus a minus 2 is negative 2 plus 2, which is 0. Okay, 3 minus 6 is negative 3, and I get square root of 9 is 3. All right, so now let's find the length of CD. Okay, so I'm going to go this 1 minus this 5 squared, and then this 5 minus 2 squared. And I get, don't make the mistake and say this is 4 plus 3. A lot of kids want to separate that. You can't. You have to add those together first. 16 plus 9 is 25. Square root of 25 is 5. And 3 does not equal 5, so the answer is no, they are not congruent. Okay, find the length of PQ in each. Okay, again, some more distance formula. Here we go. So PQ, if you do it correctly, you get 3 root 5. Okay, so I just did x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. You end up getting the square root of 45, which is 9 times 5, which is 3 times 3 times 5, so you get 3 root 5. Okay, same with this one here. A little bit more practice there, and you should get 2 root 5, okay? Okay, section D, the midpoint formula. Here's another formula between the midpoint between 2 points is those same 2 points, x1, y1, and x2, y2 is that, you guys. And that's another one you want to put in your memory books, you guys. You use that one for a lot also. Okay, so if you have these endpoints, 1, negative 3, and 4, 2, find the midpoint. Okay, well there's midpoint formula. So I'm just going to add the x's, divide by 2, add the y's, divide by 2, and I get 5 halves, comma, negative 1 half. Okay, nice and easy. I think that's easier than the distance formula. All right, so okay, the midpoint of line segment AB is 5, comma 8. M is 5, comma 8. One endpoint is A is 2, negative 3. Find the coordinates of B. So I'm going to let B be x, comma y. There's my midpoint formula. Okay, so this M, this 5/8 goes right here. 5, comma 8 goes right here. And I'm going to go 2 plus this x over 2, and then negative 3 plus this y over 2. Okay, so that's what I have set up right there. Okay, and then check this out, you guys. This 5, notice I made it purple. This 5 is equal to this purple, 2 plus x over 2. So 5 equals 2 plus x over 2. And this 8 is this negative 3 plus y over 2. Okay, get rid of those fractions. Multiply both sides by 2. And there you go. And then subtract 2 for the purple. And then plus 3 for the red. And you should get 8, comma 19 as the coordinates of B. Okay, so the midpoint, let's try this again, you guys. Same thing, you guys are going to do the same thing. The midpoint of JK is M is 2, 1. One endpoint is J is 1, 4. Find the coordinates of K. So you're going to do the exact same thing, and hopefully you get 3, negative 2. And if you're in my class, that would be your homework.